All right, guys, it is Sunday and we are getting started on dinner. I am Misty. This is Dinner on a Dime. This is Axton. And tonight we are feeding actually more than just the three of us. My husband is still out of town. He's actually going to maybe get to come home early, so there's a possibility he'll be home Tuesday instead of Friday, which will be great. We love it when Daddy gets to come home early. But tonight, my parents are coming over for dinner, so it'll be myself, Axton, my daughter Amber, my mom, and my dad. So we'll be feeding 5 people tonight.
Your son.
I know, that's
me,
what I said. You.
Daughter.
So we are doing barbecue chicken on the grill. We are going to do baked potatoes to go with it. And then depending on how hungry everyone is, we will do a canned good as well. So the potatoes are all about the same size. It's a pretty decent sized potato. And I'm actually going to make 7 of them, because I like leftover baked potatoes, and so I will take 1 or 2 for a couple of days for lunch. Today for lunch, Axton finished off the pizza. I had some, of the King Ranch chicken casserole that was left over. Yeah, you ate most of it. And so we do utilize those leftovers for lunches, snacks, all that kind of stuff throughout the week. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to make my potatoes. It is not hard. I'm going to start by just putting some oil on a plate, because I like to massage the oil into my potatoes. All I do is kind of turn the potato around in it and then give it a good rub down to make sure it's got that oil all the way around the skin of the potato. If you doctor up the skins really well, then people like to eat them and it makes it a really delicious thing. So I am wearing gloves while I do this part of the process because it is pretty messy, as you can imagine. Putting the oil onto the potatoes. So the first thing I'm going to do is just make sure I get oil on all of the potatoes. I'm just setting them over on a piece of foil, which I'll be using to wrapping them here in just a few minutes anyways. So we're just putting the oil on. Axton's saying peace out. I think he's fixing to go outside for a little while. He's got some reading to do today that he hasn't done yet, but he can do that afterwards. He doesn't like a lot of noise when he's doing it, so he'll probably do that after I'm done. That's okay. So I'm not going to show you dinner when it's done tonight. I normally do, but I don't like to put my parents on camera if it's not something that they're comfortable with. I haven't really talked to them about that on the new channel yet, if they want to be featured on it or not. And I also don't want to just like put them on the spot and be like, hey, you have to decide right now if you want to be in a video or if you don't want to be in a video. I don't think that would be fair to them, so we're not going to do that tonight. So you might see my parents in a future video, you might not, I don't know. My husband's not usually on camera unless he's just walking through. He's not really an on-camera type of guy. If he was, he would have his own channel. It would be based around restoring cars. He's restoring a 66 Impala, or it would have to do with racing because he races in his Camaro ZL1. So he's doing his own thing, but he's not really an on-camera person. My daughter is also not an on-camera person, so you're not usually going to see her. She finally got comfortable enough to do a couple of videos on the old channel, but I just don't think that's her cup of tea. It's not something she wants to do. She doesn't really want to put herself out there, and that's okay. I totally understand that. So I should have already done this. I wasn't thinking, but you do need to poke your potatoes with a fork. I just didn't think about it, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. I usually will just turn it around on all the sides and kind of poke like a couple to 3 times and go to the next side a couple of 3 times, go to the next one a couple of 3 times. So that's all I'm doing, making those little vent holes for my potatoes. Now, I didn't used to flavor up the skins on my potatoes. I don't know why, I just never thought about it. And I'm not a big fan of potato skins anyways. But man, if you put the oil and the proper seasoning on them, they are pretty good. You can definitely eat them. My kids love to eat them. So again, I'm not a huge fan of eating the skins, but that doesn't mean that they can't, and obviously they do, or I wouldn't be going to all this trouble to do this. All right, so the next thing I like to do is put salt and pepper on the skin. I'm just gonna use just plain salt and plain pepper for this one. And I could pull out a cutting board for this. I should pull out a cutting board for this. The only problem is they're in the dishwasher right now, so that's my bad that I didn't have that already prepped. So this is gonna get messy with my hands. I'm not gonna bother putting on another pair of gloves, but I'm gonna mix up my salt and pepper, and then I'm just gonna basically coat my potato with the salt and pepper. I'm a hot mess today. I don't know, it's summer. I am just trying to survive it, to be honest. I've been outside today, it's hot. It's Texas, it's already sweltering outside, and I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna survive it this year, to be honest. I do pretty good with the heat to a certain point, but today it's pressing on me today. Yesterday, I guess my husband was saying was the longest day of the year. So that's nice. At least maybe the days will get to evening a little faster, and then it'll be, you know, it'll cool off a little sooner, I guess, once the sun goes down. Hopefully. It's so bloody hot in Texas. If you're in Texas, let me know how you're dealing with it, right? We do not have a swimming pool or anything like that in our backyard. We have a patio, we have shades, we have a fan out there, so at least we've got that. But we do not have anything like a pool or anything we can go soak in to make it better. We don't have that. So I just went and looked at a house yesterday with my parents that's just a few houses down from me, and it has a swimming pool. It was really nice. I thought my parents might like it, but it's out of their price range for right now. It's kind of the thing here in Waxahachie. Real estate is not cheap. I just got the latest market value report for houses in Waxahachie. They are staying on the market an average of 66 days. And the average real estate price right now in Waxahachie is a cool $670,000. So if you're wondering if it's cheap to live in the small town, the answer on this one's going to be not really. But that's just where we're at in this day and age. I'm just trying to move my potatoes on this piece of foil I've got them on off of my other pieces of foil, and they don't want to move. So I'm gonna have to kind of finagle this somehow so I can get it to pick up and move off of this other foil. Come on, potatoes, work with me. I'm on camera. You're making me look bad. They're heavy. All right, here we go. All right, so how much do these potatoes cost? I paid 99 cents for a 5-pound bag of potatoes. I bought 2 of them. They were on sale last weekend at Kroger. This is maybe a fourth of what I bought. So half a bag of potatoes, so half, 50 cents. The oil, just a couple of tablespoons, maybe of oil. Doubt it was even that much. I didn't measure it. And then sprinkling of salt and pepper. So not a whole expensive lot of ingredients in this one. Okay. The chicken for tonight, I'll go ahead and show it to you. I don't have it prepped or anything. Again, it is only 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm just trying to get the potatoes in to cook low and slow. I did pick up on clearance for $7.73. It was normally $15.45. It is chicken that's no added water, no antibiotics, all natural, all the good stuff, all the expensive stuff, but we bought it for a cheaper price. So it is a little higher than what I normally pay for proteins, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta get the deal where you can get the deal. And that particular time, that was just the cheapest you were gonna find it. And so went ahead and bought it. So that's okay. So that's, you know, $7 of our meal. We have maybe $1 worth of ingredients here total. So that's putting us around $8.73. Then we have the cost of the foil, but I buy my foil in the big huge rolls at Sam's Club or Costco that last forever. So there's not really a lot of cost involved there because you get so much of it for the price. It really is an economical way to do it. Then we have the barbecue sauce that I will use on the chicken. For the chicken, I will just fillet it thin. I am going to put salt and pepper on it. I'm going to use barbecue sauce to brush onto it on the grill. I don't like to soak it in barbecue sauce. It's too much barbecue sauce. And so we like to do it where we just brush it on the grill lightly on both sides of the chicken as it's cooking. So 99 cents for a bottle of barbecue sauce. And then, you know, we're not even gonna use the whole bottle. So we're still gonna stay right under that $10 for our meal. We might have a can of corn to go with it. I don't know. It's just gonna depend how hungry everyone is, because I also have what's on the stovetop over here. This I made this morning just because I've always wanted to make it. I've always wanted to see how it would turn out. So what this is 2 boxes of brownie mix, fudge brownie mix. I added some chocolate chips to it, poured in the first layer, layered it with like a partial pack of Oreos that I had left laying in the pantry, and then topped it with brownie mix. So it's got chocolate chips and Oreos baked into it. So this is definitely gonna put us around the $10 mark, okay, for this whole dinner, because you've got 2 boxes of brownie mix. They were like 97 cents a piece when I stocked up on them. The chocolate chips were a Boost stock up deal, and I only used like a 1/4 package of chocolate chips. And then the Oreos were a Tom Thumb stock up deal a few weeks ago. So, and I used 1 row out of the 3. So yeah, I don't know the exact cost on it, because you got your oil, you got your eggs. Either way, these brownies are gonna last all week. They're gonna be delicious. And if it puts us a little over the $10 for tonight, that's okay, because we're not feeding 4 people tonight. We're feeding 5 people tonight, and we're gonna have dessert, because I wanted to make dessert. So that's what we're gonna do. My kitchen, my rules, right? Your kitchen, your rules, my kitchen, my rules. Usually if I'm cooking dinner, my mom will make dessert, but my mom is out doing some fun things with my daughter today, and I didn't want to ask her to try to make a dessert or pick up a dessert when I could just as easily do it. I was already home, so no big deal. All right, here we go. Potatoes are in the oven. You can cook them at 400 for, you know, hour, whatever. I'm doing mine for 350, so I know they're gonna take a little longer to cook, but that's okay. That will take until they get here, and I'll have the chicken ready on the grill. And I don't like to try to do inside and outside cooking at the same time. I have had bad experiences on the grill before where I've had things light on fire twice, so I don't like leaving the grill to come in to do other things. So I want those potatoes to be done and out of the oven. They can start cooling off a little bit while I'm outside grilling the chicken. Then I don't have to worry about if I'm gonna burn my patio down. And my husband will definitely appreciate it if I don't burn the patio down. All right, so again, I'm not coming back. This is gonna be the end of tonight's video. I'm just showing you how I'm putting together these baked potatoes. I explained to you what I did with the brownies. The brownies were nothing special, guys. Box brownies, follow the mix directions. It's just, I added in to one of the batches, a 1/4 pack of chocolate chips, folded those in. That's what's on the bottom, is that layer of brownie mix. Then I just stuck the Oreos along the top. Then I mixed up the other batch, poured it over, kind of smoothed it out with a spatula, and into the oven they went. Nothing fancy. I'm excited to see how they turn out. I will take some pictures and add to the end of this video of what our meal looks like. The chicken, again, it's gonna be the same type of thing I showed you when I made the fajita chicken, except instead of the fajita seasoning, I'm gonna put a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I'm gonna take it outside, put it on the grill, brush it with barbecue sauce. When I flip it, I'll brush the other side with barbecue sauce. We're just gonna cook it till it's done. Nothing special. This is an easy meal. There's lots of things that go into it, but it is an easy meal. And it's perfect grilling season. Even though it's hot, it's a perfect time to get out on that patio and use the grills. So I'll make sure you get a picture of dinner. I'll make sure you get a picture of dessert, and then I will see you guys in the next video. And I will talk to my parents. We'll see if they want to be on camera. If they do, then down the road, we'll have a little more detail in our cooking videos. But since I don't know what time they're gonna show up, I don't know when to stop filming in order not to violate their privacy. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.